Hello guys and girls, welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out the Harley Benton ST JAMster. Let's go! So, welcome back. Today we have this cool, very affordable guitar that has a trick-up sleeve. It has a packed multi-effect in its electronics. We'll talk about how that impacts the whole guitar and what I think about it, but first let me give you the specs. So, it's a poplar body, bolt-on construction with a maple neck and a rosacer fretboard. It has a modern C-shape neck, 42mm nut width, 22 frets, double action truss rod, and it has this HSS configuration with a 5-way switch, and it can go from passive to active, and when you switch it to active, you activate the effects. There are 5 different effects that you can select with this knob, and the tone knob has a push-push control for the 3 different effects for each preset. For example, the clean one has some, it sometimes acts as a gain knob, it sometimes acts as a different parameter, for example, in the most distorted and in the reverb clean, it has 3 different kind of reverbs, and in the distorted, for like solos, it has only reverb, reverb plus delay, and reverb with a lot of delay, and yeah. So this is for the specs, but enough talking, let's hear it and then we'll come to the conclusion. So what do you think? I have mixed opinion on this guitar. So first, the construction of the guitar is, as most Harley Benton, it's good. It's especially for the price. There are some defects in the paint job. I think this is one of the early ones. I ordered it as soon as I saw it, and yeah, there is some kind of issues. Like there's some polish on the guitar still. There are some scratches, some places where yeah, you can see they were they were going very fast to put this out, but generally it's okay for the price. As far as the circuits and the electronic goes, the passive guitar is, to me, almost unusable. And let me say this because it has like it doesn't have the high end, it doesn't have the treble. It's like the tone knob is already closed, and then you try to see if it works, and it closes even more. And you saw that in the comparison with a normal Fender Strat. Yes, of course, it's an American-made guitar. It's like 10 times the price, but still, it should sound like that, and it doesn't. And that's because I think it's because of the active circuit in the guitar that sucks all the high end from it. For the price, I mean, you can live with it. Of course, you have to crank the highs in your multi-effects or in your amp, but it shouldn't be like that. I think it's an issue with the passive circuit. So if you're planning on using this guitar mostly as a passive guitar, I would say it's a pass. Don't go for this. If you plan on using mostly with the integrated effects into a PA, for example, into your headphones just to practice, then it's a different story. It's okay for that. The integrated effects sound okay. They're not amazing. The clean is a little bit, it's very, very clean. There's no edge of breakup stuff, and you can't control with the volume. So the volume doesn't act as if the guitar was going into an amp, and then you lower the volume to get a little bit cleaner sound. It just acts as a volume at the end of the chain. So even if you're playing with the headphones or straight into the interface, it's just 10. The gain is controlled only by the push of the tone knob, which has like 3 levels, and mostly even that is mostly volume, not really gain per se, but it's really a difference in volume. So for example, the distorted the preset number 4 with the distorted sound with no effects, the green one is very low in volume in comparison to the red one, and it goes in steps. So yes, it gains a little bit of gain, but it also gains volume. So you have to bear that in mind if you are planning on recording that. You have to adjust levels on your interface for that. And for a live use, I don't think this is feasible unless you're staying with one sound for the whole song, because when you switch between them, there is a delay and there is a moment of silence. So there's no way you can use this with the effects on a live situation. If you can, you're amazing, but I don't think it's feasible. Would I recommend this? I don't know, man. It looks cool, because when I first saw it in the picture, it caught my eye. It as a guitar, as a piece of wood with some metal on it, it's fine. But the electronics really is a drawback for this. Passive, it's almost unusable for me, because it sounds like there is a curtain on the sound. There's no high end, there's no mid range, and even the distorted sound and the active electronics, it's usable, but I think you will be better off with another Harley Benton guitar without the active electronics, and a DNA FX, for example, from Harley Benton, or whatever stuff that you can plug into the jack of the guitar and play with your headphones. If you have to do that, then you will have a guitar that acts as a guitar, and then a multi-effect or something that you can use for practice. And you can spend even less, because you can spend for like $80-90 for the guitar alone, because Harley Benton does have strats and tellies and maybe single cut ones at that price point. And I think they're the cheapest headphone amps that you can get, maybe from Vox. They were like $30, something like that. So you will be inside this price range, and you will get first a much better sound. Second, a much better sounding guitar, because you can grow with a guitar. If you buy this as your first and only guitar, the moment you buy an amp or you want to, go further with your music journey, you will be stuck, because you have to change these pickups, and so you will have to probably lose the active electronics, or maybe just disabling the active electronics will bring these pickups to life. I don't know. I don't want to try this, but I do think that that's the culprit. And the Moore GTRS, of course it costs like a lot more, but it's a totally different story. That guitar sounds really nice as a guitar, and then has the effects, which sound very nice, by the way. Of course, the price difference is significant, so I forget this for being like it is. But I think they could have made it better. Maybe even make it a little bit more expensive, like in the 200 realm, but give it a more decent sound as a passive guitar and a better sound as an active, multi-effect. So I don't know, it's really hard to recommend this guitar. I really do think that you will be better off with the same guitar without the active electronics, and get an external multi-effects. Even the cheapest ones will sound better than this inside the guitar. And yeah, it's convenient to have everything in one place, but unless it does a good job, it's better to have the real deal, But let me know what you think in the comments. Would you consider buying this, even with the fact that the passive sound is a little bit crap? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you want to support me, follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!